am Maci Malott. I live in Southern Oklahoma and I am a physician's assistant by trade. I've been a PA for nearly 10 years, which is crazy. I've worked in urgent care medicine, sports medicine, and now I'm actually working in behavioral health. So, how did I find Bravenly? Well, I have to take you back about 2 years ago. I got started with Bravenly simply for the products. I was desperately looking for some great supplements, some clean supplements, and one of my good friends was sharing about them, and I just reached out to her. I'll be honest with you. I was not looking to sell. I have no experience in selling, but I wanted to try some good products. And so I got started for the discount. I'll be very frank with you. And it has turned up from there. So about 6 months into trying the products, I just was sharing them naturally. They worked great for me. I loved them. I got started with a product called Gold, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. And it helped me so much that I naturally started sharing with people. And then it was one day God just smacked me and it was like, hey, you've been praying these bold prayers for a really long time. You love what you do, but you have such a desire to stay home maybe one day when you have children. I'm giving you this opportunity, so you need to pay attention. And it was just like once I saw Bravenly for what it was, I could not unsee it. I didn't know what I didn't know, right? This whole network marketing, this whole world was brand new to me. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And so why Bravenly? Why did I decide, okay, this this is what I'm going to stick with and I'm going to stay here and put my boots to the ground and get to work. Number one, the products. The products taste great, they work, and they also are GMP certified. And for me, that's something that's very important. And you're like, Maci, what does that even mean? Well, supplements are not regulated by the FDA like our food, like our prescription medicine. Supplements are just kind of a free-for-all. In my industry, working in medicine, that's scary, right? There's really no regulation. And Bravenly, we take the time, we spend the money, and we certify every single product that is given to us. So we are GMP certified, which for me, I find that probably the most important out of all of this because what I'm recommending to customers, what I'm recommending to people, I want to know that what this bottle says is in it, and that is huge for this industry. When you go to other stores, when you order online, that's not the case everywhere. Some places absolutely, but most companies aren't doing that. And for me here at Bravenly, that's something that I am very much thankful for, and that's one of the reason I'm staying where I'm staying. Number two, our company is debt free, guys. The Emery family created Bravenly in 2000 and they have just skyrocketed from there. And so what do I mean by why is that important? Excuse me. It's important because we don't have outside investors. The Emery family, what they say goes, and there's not outside investors coming in with different opinions, trying to change, what they stand for. It's just them. And if you know them at all, they are incredible people. Another fact is our company is faith-based. And for me, that's important. Do you have to be faith-based to be a part of Bravenly? No, you do not. But for me and my beliefs, that is another reason why once I saw what Bravenly stood for, again, I couldn't unsee it. Again, the timing of Bravenly. We are at the ground level, guys. We got started in 2000, but I firmly believe we are just now skyrocketing to where we're going to go. We just launched into Canada. We are launching into Spain. We are launching into Australia. And so we are Bravenly Global for a reason. And that's just, again, something that I couldn't unsee once I got going with Bravenly. Another something that I love about Bravenly that I didn't think that I needed was community. The people that are part of this company are incredible. I've been to several conferences now. My personal team, the team in Oklahoma here, I love our community and something that I'm so incredibly grateful for. So, for me, I have no experience, right? Yes, I have a background in medicine. Yes, I'm thankful for that knowledge and what that's brought me here. But what I will tell you is if you are someone that has never been a part of this industry and you're like, I couldn't do it, there's no way. Yes, you absolutely can. The resources here, the community here, it is given to you. And guys, if you have a work ethic, if you care, if you want to make yourself feel better, but also make other people feel better, I'm telling you, you can find success here. I'm not promising you success, but I'm telling you the potential here is it's absolutely there, guys. Um, and lastly, the comp plan, and I won't get into the weeds with this, but what I will tell you is it's lucrative and it is something that Bravenly, they have just I don't even know how they've created such an incredible comp plan. And again, no promises, right? We can drop the compensation plan or the income disclosure. But what I will tell you is if you work this business and you absolutely give it all you got, you can find success here too. The potential is absolutely there. So that's my spill. Again, no experience, but I have found success here and I know that you can too. And so I am going to hand it over to Miss Jaden, guys. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. Thanks, Maci. My name is Jaden Melnick, and I am from Nebraska, so somewhere Midwestern. I'm a mom, I am a wife, I have three kiddos. And so Bravenly came into my life right after I had my third baby. Um, I was about 4, 5, 6 weeks postpartum, and my friend who I have watched for years and years and years do network marketing, I said, I will never do this. This is not me. I truly am an introvert. This has greatly helped me, but this was not something I ever saw in my life. But she had just, her company had changed plans, okay? And so she had just come to Bravenly, like right when I had this baby. And all of a sudden, I started seeing her posting about these products. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even know you switched companies. And so I was like, I'm actually interested. And mind you, I never bought from her for her previous company because I didn't love what she sold. I was always a great friend. I cheered her on, but it was just not things that I wanted to partake in. And so when she started sharing about this gold product and this rush product, I was like, okay, I need both because I'm exhausted. I have a baby who's not sleeping. I have an 18-month-old and I have a 3.5-year-old. It was chaos in the house, outside the house. We live on an acreage as well. And so we have animals and it's never a dull moment. Our goats got out right before we got on this. And so it's just one thing after the next. But while I was holding the sweet baby, I was also on an unpaid maternity leave. And so I knew as much as I wanted these products, my husband was like, no way. Like it was not in the budget. We had a very, very tight budget and there's no way he was going to allow me to buy these. And so my friend was like, what about selling? What about this business? And I'm like, you know me, like, no, this is not for me, right? I'm not that person, whatever that means, right? So never count yourself out. And so I watched a video, something very, very similar to this, right? And I was hooked. Like there was just something about it that I couldn't not go further with, right? I prayed on it. I talked to my husband. And the one thing he said to me, which really honestly caught me off guard, was he said, what's the worst that could happen? And I'm like, you're right. What is the worst that could happen? Either I bought products one time and it didn't work out, or I'm going to make it. I'm going to figure it out. And I knew in the back of his head, I knew he doubted me. I doubted myself. And so I jumped all in. I was like, you know, I'm going to figure this out because if I earn enough, I can spend enough, and that's girl math. And then I don't have to talk to him about it. So I had about 6 weeks left before I had to go back to work. I was working in swine genetics, my first and only career I've had post college. And it was a career I never loved, but I was stuck there. I had some flexibility with kids. And so I felt like I couldn't stay. But, anyways, I wanted to dive in. I wanted to take part of every single thing that I could before I had to go back to work. And I took part of the systems, which we have here at Bravenly. I got on Zooms. I started learning. The one thing my mentor told me was, Jaden, just be coachable and just be teachable. Just do simply what I tell you to do, and you're going to be just fine. And so I did that because, again, I have no experience. I had no business starting a business, right? My life was chaotic, but I knew something had to change. For one, not only my health, but secondly, just my finances. I really wanted the products, and to be able to afford that, that was the route we needed to go. And so I dove all in. I ended up going back to work for a couple months, but then after 4 months after I said yes, I ended up actually leaving my first and only job, and I went to a part-time role so I could be half with my kids at home and then half at this new role. And it was like the most perfect thing for our family. Truly, like God's hands were all over it. It's crazy how it happened. But if I wouldn't have said yes, that wouldn't have been a possibility, right? The income, insert that income disclosure, right? The income I was making here at Bravenly allowed me the opportunity to go and to walk away from a job I never loved and from something that where God was calling me to be home. And so I'm forever thankful that that is how this has happened. And it has just turned into more and more and more, right? And I literally only came here for about $200 a month. That's what I wanted to earn. And 4 months later, I was able to walk away from my job. Even me as an introvert, right? And so with no experience. And so I love to share that because you don't have to know what you're doing. You don't have to know everything because we have systems here. And Maci touched on that community, right? This community is incredible. thinking back to my first two babies postpartum, I really wasn't doing that great. I can look back and say I definitely had some postpartum depression. I was not in an okay place. And this third time, completely different. Not only was I supplementing my body with the things that it needed, but I had true community. I had people who cared for me. I had a place where I could dive in and work, but also talk life if I needed to. And I truly have met some of my very best friends here. And I don't take that lightly. That's a huge thing. And so I am forever thankful that I said yes because I have made more and more friends. And I got to meet Jordan and Maci through this, right? And we're not even on the same team, which I think is a really beautiful thing. So I've met people across teams and we get to do this together. So I did want to talk quickly about some products. And so I started with the Synergy Trio, just being a postpartum mom. I did want to take something for energy. Okay. So I got on that Rush stuff, which I think we all love. And then I took Gold, which I think everybody needs Gold, helped with that puffiness. I had 3 C-sections, and so just the puffiness after each baby never really went away, if I'm being honest. And so I saw results within 3 weeks, and then 6 weeks, and 9 weeks. It was crazy. I have really great transformation photos of just that inflammation going down. And then balance is also in that Synergy Trio, and that was just kind of like an overall supplement to my health and just giving my body really what it needed in that postpartum phase. And so what I love about this though is that we have a 65 to 80% reorder rate from customers. Okay. It's not brand partners, it's from customers. And so if you're considering this business and you're like, I don't know who's going to order for me or nobody wants this stuff. No, I'm telling you, people want this stuff. People are going after the more holistic approach and they truly want to put good things into their body. And so this is really just proof that when we hit 100 million as a company last year, that it wasn't because of brand partners we hit that 100 million. It's truly because of our customers. We are a customer company. And so you will find people who will want to purchase from you because this is really where a lot of people are going. They want the more holistic approach. They don't want to be feeding their body with a bunch of junk and preservatives and all the things. So as I wrap up, I just want to simply say I'm a mom who had no experience. Very, very simple. From Nebraska, we have kind of a home study acreage. It's chaos all the time. And because of this opportunity, I was able to go after what I wanted and to be home with my kids and truly go where God was calling me. And it's all because I had a really, really brave yes. Was I scared? Absolutely. But this has allowed me so many opportunities that I didn't think was possible. And so I highly consider that you pray on this, you really think about it because this might be the very thing that changes so much for you. So, with that, I'm going to pass it on over to Jordan and she's going to wrap us up.
Hello, everyone. First, I just want to say congratulations and I'm so happy that you're on the Zoom because that is a big first step in the first day. But I want to tell you a little bit about myself before I even get into my Bravely journey. So I am a wife. My husband and I raise and sell show cattle. We love farm animals. We love that lifestyle. I grew up living on a farm. My dad's a farmer. I actually am a former ER RN, and I absolutely love trauma. That is my heart. That's my soul. I love it, and I love helping people. And my most pride possession is my beautiful 3-year-old wild, a Sour Patch toddler. And and I say that with the most loving heart. But she very much is a Sour Patch. But she is the reason that I decided to start Bravely. And so I want to share about my journey with you guys. And my journey started in November of 2024. She was a year and a half old at that time. And everyone looking at my life probably thought that I was living the dream. I was home with her. I was getting to be at every single thing with her. I was getting to see every single thing. I was not missing a single moment with her. But truth be told, I was the lowest I had been in a very long time. I had no energy. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was snappy. My marriage was on thin ice because I had just, and I would sit in the same spot almost every single day. And I remember my husband coming home one time and say, Jordan, have you even moved? And I'm like, No. So it was kind of a slap in the face to know that I needed to get my life together. And I had basically two choices. One, I could stay exactly where I was and nothing was going to change. I was just going to continue going down this bad rabbit hole that I was already finding myself in. Or two, I could be better and do better for myself and my toddler because she deserved the best mom. And so I reached out to one of my friends. Her name is Taylor, and I've known her since I was 5. And so I trusted her opinion. I've been seeing her share about these products. And I actually said to her, listen, I don't think that these products are going to work, but I'm desperate and I'm willing to give anything a try. And I am so glad that I did. And then I reached out to her because, I bought the Accelerate Trio, so the best-selling Accelerate Trio. It comes with the Gold, the Rush, and the Ignite, and I actually put most of it to the side. But I did try the Rush, and what I didn't share earlier was that I was on 5 cups of coffee a day, looking forward to bedtime and looking forward to nap time. Even though I was already doing nothing with myself, I needed that extra break from, I don't even know what kind of break you'd even really talk about because I wasn't doing anything. But I was looking forward to those things. I noticed after 2 weeks, I was not drinking or craving a single cup of coffee. I actually called my best friend and said, listen, I don't know what these products are. I don't really know what I'm doing, but these have changed my life. And I'm not drinking any coffee anymore. And I've been doing 5. So I always joke and say that Sour Apple Rush needs to go with me into my grave because it truly was the product that changed my life and changed the trajectory of who I am. I'm a better mom. I'm a better wife. I work out. I do things that bring me joy, and I'm just so grateful. But I was a customer for 7 months, and I actually didn't start my Bravely journey until May of 2025 in the business. And the reason for that was I was at a previous company and I was scared to leave. I was scared to start over. And all those feelings were hard. But I came over here because simply the fact that I knew that I had a solution for other people, other moms, other women that I had to share. And if it helped one person feel better and not feel like the way that I was, then I was doing my job. And this kind of ties back into what I say about being an ER nurse, is that I was able to save someone's life in an emergency situation, which I absolutely loved. But here I'm able to help someone feel good again, help with headaches, help with weight loss, help with the balancing of hormones, just overall feeling good. And to me, that just brings me back the most joy and helps me feel fulfilled in what I'm supposed to do. And so I know that I'm here for this reason, and that Bravely has completely changed my health. It's actually completely changed my finances. I've been able to pay off $15,000 of credit card debt, and I don't say that lightly. I don't know if you guys have ever been to going to bed and with a heavy chest. Like, I don't know what I did to get in this position, and I don't know how I'm going to get out, but that's exactly where I was. I was actually in a position where I was either going to have to go back to working full time and miss those times with my daughter that I had already been experiencing, or I could find a solution. And so I found the solution, and it was Bravely. These people love the products. This company is absolutely incredible. We have the systems in place. If you are willing to put the work in, and if you're willing to take hold and lock arms with the person that invited you, there's no way that you cannot be successful here. And so I just am so grateful, and I will forever shout this business and these products from the roof, because someone is here that needs it, and maybe it's you. And I'm so grateful that I finally said yes to myself, because truly it's made me a better mom and it's made me a better wife. And so I want to end this with a couple things, and that is, if you are here, it's not by accident. And you're here because you have maybe talked multiple times with someone, or maybe this is your first time hearing these stories, but you're here for a reason. And the reason could be that you need and want to feel better again. Or maybe it's that you're in the spot where you need an extra income. $500, you guys, life is expensive. And I don't know about you, but $500 could do a lot for a lot of people. Not everyone comes in here wanting to make $1 million, $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, but simply $500 could be life changing. It's groceries, it's gas, it's kids' activities. I just put my kid in Mother's Day out and dance, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's $200 a month. Like, they add up. And so with this economy, life is expensive. And so if you are here, I want you to really just think about it and be like, is this something that I have been praying for? And maybe it's not the exact thing that you thought was going to come into your life to help you change your life, because I promise you this was not mine. But if I had not opened that door and said, okay, I'm going to see what this has, then I wouldn't be where I am. And so, yes, it's scary to start something new. It's scary to start over, but you have no idea what your life could look like in a year, 5 years from now, 6 months from now, just because you simply said yes tonight to your health and or your business and your financials. And so I just really ask you to take a chance and bet on yourself and say, I am worthy of what all I have and what all I've been praying for, and know that this could be a complete answered prayer for you. And so I want to end it on that, but I also want to say that we are offering a good incentive whenever you partner with us. It is one of the best selling products. It's at $85. You're getting 30-day supply of it completely free when you partner with us tonight. And it's going to help with metabolism. It's going to help with energy. It's going to help with food noise. It's just a little green capsule. And like I said, you're getting 30 days worth, so completely free. So you can keep it for yourself, or you could give it out as samples. It is one of the products that I love to give out as samples because people can feel it very instantly. And so, yeah, I just thank you guys for getting on here. Thank you guys for taking time out of your night. And again, I just hope that you get back with the person that invited you and simply just think about if this could be the blessing that you have been praying for. Bye, guys.